Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So they dropped a little trailer here, a little teaser, unification of operation schedules promotion video. So we could do a little bit of discussing, a little bit of talking about, obviously, this little teaser trailer here. We could play this. I don't know. I'd feel a little bit better about this if, like, a lot of the missing stuff that's still missing from Global was on JP. Not to be like, oh, I called this, but I did foresee that the rest of this year would end up being very annoying, because the writing was on the wall how badly they were going to handle this. When I saw this back then, where it's like LR Ginyu new character comes out on April 16th, and then Global just had like a filler banner. Like, they actually dropped a banner that doesn't have new characters and stuff like that. We saw the writing on the wall, right? Like, it's like, okay, they might not be doing this very well. So we still have a couple of missing events and characters on Global. In particular, I think what really matters is the hardest fights in the game are not on Global, which certainly could lead to more feelings of frustration that, oh my god, the Worldwide Download Celebration had nothing to do. Because it's like, I do think Cell Max and Blue Cow King Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta are good fights, but obviously, like, the real hardest fights aren't yet on Global. So, let's take a look at this trailer. I'm just gonna let this play. So we have, kind of like this little trailer, and then it does get into a teaser for who the next DOKKANFEST is gonna be. Probably pretty cut and dry, but we'll see. We'll see.
To all Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle players around the world. 2024, unification of operation schedules. Dokkan Battle has finally unified the operation schedules of the Japanese and international versions. With aligned operation schedules, players around the world can anticipate exciting new characters, perform summons, coordinate powerful team combinations, and clear all new challenging events together, sharing new experiences across the globe. Now, players can finally play together and experience a ton of fun. It's all about bringing players together worldwide. Dokkan Battle is completely unleashed. Enter the world of Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. United, we Dokkan. Who's up next?
United we Dokkan, huh? Okay. Well, we'll have to make a nice little tweet about United we Dokkan. We are Dokkan, man. Yeah, they do seem to play into the memes a little bit. Okay, so again, after many years, this is something a lot of us have wanted for a while, is for Global to get caught up. I know that there were, like, global advantages of being able to see sometimes, like, oh, some characters coming out that we could skip and stuff like that. But I just don't personally think that mattered as much as overall feelings of frustration that really tended to manifest itself over the fact that the games weren't aligned, right? Weren't aligned. I think that this is going to be a much better reality. Especially once, like, everything is completely caught up on both versions. I think by the time we enter 2025, we're going to be completely good. Everything will be on both versions. Everything's going to be the same. Characters and events dropping at the same time. I think we're all going to be good to go. I hope. But there are still things, let's just say it truthfully. They need to fucking tighten up, okay? It's time. It's not that hard to run this game with, not doing this. So, like last night, right? Now, they announced, by the way, these events showing up at, it was 2 a.m. for me on the 25th is when these events went live. There was several days had, like, notice. Like, they put it in the news. Like, we knew these fights were coming for days. And then the time came. Fights were live on JP, right? Like, what time did I tweet this? 2:03 a.m. They were out. But for Global, they didn't do the data download yet. So it's like, yes, obviously, like, all this is going to be good. The sync is good. All this is, like, W, man. Like truly, this is going to be good. But they got to tighten this shit up. Like, mistakes are going to happen, but it really leaves a bad taste in my mouth if one version is going to get treated worse than the other fucking version. Just treat them the same, man. It's not tough. It's not tough. Just do the same shit, dude. That's it. Just data download, same time. News, same time. We will tweet the EZA details at the same time on both versions, right? Like, it's just like very basic things. I mean, get me in front of Amatsu at this desk right now, and I'm gonna say, you just tweet it out on Global at the same time, and Amatsu's gonna go, oh, of course, dude, I hadn't thought of that, of course. This is so simple, man. It's such an easy peasy lemon squeezy thing, my boy. That's it. And then again, you know, maybe next time we're going to do a sync, let's not do, hey, let's drop a filler banner. Oh my God, we're so smart. Yeah, let's try and, you know, again, Amatsu, Bandai, Akatsuki, Shueisha, tighten the fuck up. All right. So, we talked about the unification. I mean, obviously this is good. So now, all new, like, banners, events, and stuff like that, boom, same, like, both versions at the same time. Starting with Carnival Broly and Goku, Gohan, and Trunks, who we see Carnival Broly right there, and Goku, Gohan, and Trunks right there. Starting with them, all the banners forever are now at the same time, which is huge W. Very, very, very pleased about that. Now, who's up next? This really does, I mean, everyone is saying this guy, and, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say I disagree with that, right? That is who it seems to indicate to me. I can't really think of another character. I mean, maybe, maybe there's like some, like ending or something like that, like a Dragon Ball Super ending where they're watching like fireworks, like something is like on the tip of my tongue, like just out of reach of my brain of being able to remember, that this could be a reference to, but it very well could be Namek Saga, Vegeta right here, you know, Dirty Fireworks. Keep in mind that this guy does have an Ultra on Legends, which is, you know, just an LR. Like this guy, essentially in Legends, this guy is an LR. He was one of the free-to-play LRs. So, I mean, you know, maybe this guy is a DOKKANFEST. Let's review how well this guy may work as a DOKKANFEST. So, I would assume it would be pretty much this exact moment. Do I think that this guy is worthy of a DOKKANFEST? Yeah, I do. I think we could drop him, and I mean, we certainly still would need, like, Saiyan Saga Vegeta needs one, but I think it would be pretty easy for them to do a Great Ape Vegeta DOKKANFEST at some point down the line, right? It's pretty easy for them to do. Now, if we look at base form Vegeta, there is a really good base form Vegeta right now, and keep in mind, this guy should be back on this next DOKKANFEST banner. So whatever they're teasing, this guy will be on the banner at the same time. That's why I guess it would be a little bit weird. The two best characters on the banner would both be base Vegeta. I mean, I guess we've probably seen that before. But, I mean, again, this is this guy's return. Because, I mean, if we just reverse... well, wait. Has Rose returned on JP? He hasn't, right? Rose hasn't been back on JP. Man, they better not make the banners different. I suppose they could... yeah, I don't think Rose hasn't been back on JP yet. But he was on the UI Goku banner, right? Like, they replaced First Form Frieza with him. God, they handled this poorly. We'll see. I mean, it doesn't... Like, Rose is not very good right now, unfortunately. I mean, it's just... The Super Bosses team is just pales in comparison to some of the other teams we've got right now. Super Bosses will struggle heavily in terms of, like, slot 1 characters. I mean, Cell Max is so overpowered, he could get it done. AGL Broly could help you towards the end to finish off, like, Bulma or Goku and Frieza. But, like, those lineups have significant holes and risks up and down the team, because you just have a team of, like, slot 2 and slot 3 characters, which leads to a lot of disaster. Now, what might this Vegeta potentially lead? So he's on Namek Saga, Pure Saiyan, Dragon Ball Seeker, Vegeta Family, Inhuman Deeds, Gifted Warrior, and Planetary Destruction. Well, I mean, he is on Planetary Destruction. So, I mean, obviously, we just got Here, one reason I like this site so much better than the other like Dokkan sites, the speed of this is the fastest Dokkan site by far. Like I could just be clicking around through here in like 2 seconds. I could just click, and we're jumping all over, which I absolutely love. So here's what Planetary Destruction is looking like. Although, are we really gonna get another Planetary Destruction leader? There's no way. Dude, God, there's so many categories. It would be good because it would get good characters on his team, but damn, we don't really need it. I guess he could lead Inhuman Deeds. Here, let's do that right here. Inhuman Deeds, because Inhuman Deeds is a team that has never actually gotten a real leader skill. So right here. And this does have Rose on it, right? Rose, we'd have a lot of the Brolys. Remember, Tech Broly is going to be very elite on basically any team you could put him on. I've been repeating many times, this guy's my favorite unit of the celebration for a reason. Okay, this guy is going to be super elite, pretty much no matter where you run him. He is going to get the job done. Always, this guy. So, I mean, if we're going to get another villain team, because remember, this Vegeta, by the way, is a villain. Vegeta in Dokkan is a villain all the way up until his time chamber training with Trunks. That's essentially the exact moment that they swap Vegeta from a villain to superclass, is once he does his time chamber training with Trunks. So like Super Vegeta shows up and he's a superclass character. But remember, Super Saiyan Vegeta, like, this guy right here, he's actually a villain. So this would be another villain character. That's good. What? You're not on Space Traveling Warriors? Huh? Because remember, he's a Big Bad Boss's character. He's not on Terrifying Conqueror. He's not on Terrifying Conqueror either. This guy's on both Space Traveling Warriors and Terrifying Conqueror, yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, if we're gonna get a base Vegeta Dokkan Fest, I'd much rather it be Saiyan Saga. But the reason is because, I really would like a lot of these releases. Dokkan has been incredible. 10 out of 10 this year in terms of releases lining up really nicely and really perfectly. Except for First Form Frieza. I mean, now... Oh, I have been saying I do think Full Power Frieza and Namek Goku could easy next week. And, I mean, that would certainly, I guess, lead a little bit more cadence to this guy, huh? I guess, I mean, he could lead Namek Saga. Keep in mind, by the way, though, that this idiot right here is not on Namek Saga. I hate that. Neither Dokkan nor Legends. Legends has the, I think is it the Anime Originals is what the category or tag is essentially. Dokkan doesn't have that here. So like, the TV special characters. Well, no, specifically this TV special character, like this Dodoria, this Frieza, and Bardock don't, like, they're in no, like, they're not a movie hero, any of that stuff. They're not a Namek Saga, none of that stuff. They're on nothing. The History of Trunks characters are on the Android Cell Saga. In my opinion, these characters should be on Namek Saga. Bardock should be on Namek Saga. This character should. Because, like, that's where all that stuff is taking place, man. It's right. It's the same thing as, the History of Trunks special. It's literally the same thing. So, I mean, that hurts, because, I mean, if Vegeta led Namek Saga, and then AJL Full Power Frieza and Namek Goku get their EZAs, and then this guy was on Namek Saga, and then we just had him and then all of a sudden we've got, like, a real team beginning to be constructed right there. This also does lead to another problem, though, which is we could talk about the actual worst character of the year, unfortunately, which is the LR Ginyu Force, who specifically is about Special Pose. If this was Special Pose and Terrifying Conqueror, and like Namek Saga or something like that, we could be a little bit better off, but, unfortunately, that's not the thing. So we'll see. We'll see if it is going to be this Vegeta. They could make him very busted. My guess is that this is going to resemble 2 years ago, by the way, where, like, everyone, we like our Tech Vegeta. Tech Vegeta's really good. Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku's really good. I'm thinking this next TUR is going to blow them away. Like, they're not even going to be on the same level, I think, as this next TUR. I think it's going to resemble 2022, where 2022, Vegeta and Trunks dropped, and then all of a sudden, any character before Vegeta and Trunks was basically shit outside of the main 7th anniversary LRs. And I think that, and remember, that eventually led into Like, this time slot 2 years ago was Path to Power Kid Goku, who is still runnable a little bit. Like, he gets killed easily, but you could still kind of use him, right? So I'm kind of thinking that this next Dokkanfest TUR could be on that level, just kind of monitoring the way Dokkan has used, power creep for these characters and throughout the year. So let me know what you guys think. Is Dirty Fireworks Vegeta, is he going to be the next Dokkanfest? How excited are we about the unification of operation schedules? I think this is good. Amazing that they did this. There's currently a lot of frustration in the community because of the back-to-back, like, LRs, right? Like, a lot of times I'll tell players, like, yeah, sorry, guys, you can't summon on every banner. You're gonna have to skip shit and save for, the Dokkanfest LRs. That's the best way to play. But even that advice wouldn't have worked for global players during the sync time, because it's like, they drop Dokkanfest LR, Dokkanfest LR, Dokkanfest LR, Dokkanfest LR, then another Dokkanfest LR, then a Dokkanfest LR, like, right? I mean, I was kind of mixing Carnivals and Dokkanfest, or, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? So, like, this was just a huge frustration period, because, my advice is summon on every Dokkanfest LR and skip the, little shitty characters, but you wouldn't have been able to even do that right now, even if you've been saving for everything, because they just dropped 60 Dokkanfest LRs in a row. So, we'll see how things are going to go. I think that once we get to the 10th anniversary, all the shenanigans with the sync and stuff like that will be a thing of the past. Hopefully, if it is Dirty Fireworks Vegeta, they make him very good. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all next time.